I don't understand why Germany is getting all the hate that it is. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, okay, it's not like one of my favorite songs, but it's still a competent entry, you know. And I mean, okay, it's come across like kind of middle of the road, you know, inoffensive, so inoffensive that it is offensive. But I mean, obviously there's the whole titanium plagiarism thing, and but isn't there a law where it's supposed to be 8 notes in a row for it to count as plagiarism? And I don't think it gets 8 notes in a row. I mean, I don't know. But like, surely it would actually be a help to Germany to have this sort of recognizable quality to it, you know, like, oh yes, I've heard that song before, haven't I? And it'll sort of keep it stuck in the heads of those who are watching. I don't know if that's the thing, but you know, it might be. I think the song, the song is decent enough. It's radio friendly. It has a nice beat to it. Like, in between, like the verse and the chorus is like after the chorus and before the verse, like the dun 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 dun. Like that's a great way to follow the song on, just to keep the progression. I like Levina's voice as well. I think there's something kind of unique about it. I can't put my finger on it. It's just an interesting listen, and I definitely don't think Germany's coming last, despite what all the bloody fans are saying. But it's not going to come last, but it's not going to win either. I'd say middle of the right hand side of the scoreboard. I really just hope though that the head of delegation just realizes just like you need to change the format. I mean, Unser Song 2017 was ridiculously complicated. Like people like that, like they need a more simple version, or they just go internal. That's literally the only way that's going to happen for their results to improve. But it's good. Like the entry they have, they just need to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with you on the point that I don't think Germany's going to come last. Like, I feel like every year when people think there is an obvious last place, usually it doesn't come last. Well, I don't think this is going to... can't see people voting for this as their favourite, and I don't think the juries are going to score it massively high. I think there's going to be just enough for it to just avoid being last, but I'm still thinking round about the borders of bottom 5. I mean, for me, this is just basically like musical candy floss. You know, it's just something that's not very substantial, and yeah, it's just, I mean, I agree that people seem to rag on this song too much. I just don't care about this song. It just does nothing for me. I mean, like I don't even care that it kind of rips off the main riff to Titanium. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, Levina seems like quite a nice girl, but I'm sorry, this song just does nothing for me, and the whole thing with Germany's selection this year is just, it kind of screams to me a delegation that is desperate to not do badly. To me, that is not the right approach that a delegation should go about things. Like, you should at least, like, even if you've had a run of bad results, you should, like, have the mentality of, okay, we failed that time, but next time we're going to do really well. Like, if you have that mentality of, okay, just don't, make sure we don't do badly, that hardly ever gets you results, and it just, more often than not, ends up with another bad result. And yeah, that's this mentality that they really need to change. So yeah, that's my piece said on Germany.
I agree. They're kind of fumbling around in the dark at the minute, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the start of this decade, they were on top of their game.
Yeah.
And I do not have the faintest idea how they've gone from that to 2 last places in a row and people thinking they're going to make it a hat trick. I feel that they would... It seemed like they were going the right way around about it on paper by getting, world-renowned songwriters in. But they haven't matched the song with the performer very well, I don't think. And that's not a recipe for success. Levina is a great singer, but I think this song is really going to struggle. I enjoy listening to it, but I think there is a ceiling for this song in the results of around 18th, and if it gets any higher than that, it would be great. But I will be very, very surprised.
Yeah. Okay, so let's give Germany a score. I'm going to give this a 2.
Ich gebe 3 Punkte an Deutschland. 3 points.
Ich gebe 3 Punkte an Deutschland auch.
Wunderbar.
You give it 3 points also. Okay, and das Publikum gibt aus Deutschland 2 Punkte, 2 points. Sorry, I'm also started to learn German as well, so
it's a hard language, but best luck. Viel Glück.